Mankind's thirst for knowledge inspired our ancestors to conquer wild frontiers, walk on the moon, and explore the far reaches of our galaxy. Humans are wired to ask the hard questions. So that's why we're here to give you the answers with Ask John. It's a chance for you to weigh in and ask whatever's on your mind.
The really hard questions.
The really hard questions,
doubt.
Ed.
So let's get right to them here. These are the questions that were submitted to John via social media. Ellie from Sarasota asks, why is Peter Pan chunky peanut butter the superior of all peanut butter spreads?
Well, Ellie, it's because it is. Science proves it. So
does it?
It does, yeah. In my oh-so-humble, non-sponsored opinion, Peter Pan chunky peanut butter has the perfect ratio of crunchy peanuts without being too difficult to spread. Plus, it just tastes better than all those other jars of peanut butter. Slather up some crunchy Peter Pan on some Wonder Bread, and you're about to have a heavenly lunch. It's all science, Ed.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not a crunchy peanut butter kind of person. I just like.
That's fair. It's all good. It's America.
But you're saying that's why I got to stick. Right, no doubt.
What's your favorite peanut butter, real quick?
Actually, truthfully, it is Peter Pan, but not the crunchy.
Good taste.
It's gotta be
all
smooth,
good as long as it's Peter Pan.
All right. Let's go to question number 2. Ken from Sarasota sent us a question on Twitter. What is your most memorable time as an Air Force brat? That's a good question.
Yeah. A lot of people don't know this. I'm an Air Force brat, proud Air Force brat. And for most of my childhood, Ken, I was actually very privileged to grow up in a foreign country.
Very cool.
For a total of 5 years, I lived in the country of Panama, home of the famous Panama Canal. It was an incredible experience. The jungle was literally just beyond our backyard. And we saw all sorts of, that's me, look at that good looking
John Rogers.
We saw all sorts of crazy wildlife. We once even, Ed, had to call animal control because 2 20-foot boa constrictors were outside our home. Living there helped expand my boundaries. It gave me a richer respect for other cultures, and I developed a greater appreciation for our home, the United States.
That's very cool, yeah. Hashtag Panama Life when you have to call animal control from boa constrictor.
It's just a normal Tuesday in
sometimes you have to do that in Miami nowadays.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, come on. All right, last question. This is coming from Dave in Bradenton. Hey, Dave. And well, Dave asks, what's happening with our beaches in Florida? We've got red tide, bacterial infections, stinking seaweed. Is there a link?
Well, Dave, we've been covering a lot of these stories in recent weeks, and undoubtedly it's got a lot of people worried. So I asked some scientists, and they tell me ultimately it's the weather. Officials say in recent months we've had a long string of record high temperatures. That contributes to bacterial growth in the water. One expert also told me we've had lots of rainfall since May. Ed's aware of this.
Yeah.
All that rain can impact the salinity of coastal waters, and that, coupled with nutrients that wash over from land, can also play a big role in bacterial growth. So the best thing you can do is keep track of beach conditions before you head out and to be very cautious if you have any cuts or scrapes. I put up some more information there on the WFLA.
And actually, Steve Jervy and I were talking when we had the big red tide outbreak last summer. We remember that because July, we were in this kind of weird reverse pattern where we had all that morning rain, the wind was coming off the Gulf. We actually think that may have also contributed to that long duration red tide event here. I mean, we remember how devastating that was.
Oh, it's awful.
And you were covering that down in Sarasota where it was particularly bad. Remember going to the beaches and just feeling the itchiness
seeing dead fish everywhere.
Yeah.
And of course, we don't want you to be afraid to go to the beach in the middle of the summer, but it's just important to be aware of what's going on and always look at the beach conditions before you head out.
That's a good collection of questions today, so make sure you keep asking this guy.
Yeah, don't ask
all
Google,
the questions.
ask John.
Yeah, find him on Twitter. Make sure you do that. All right, let's talk weather because we were just ending on a weather topic. Let's go ahead and get